I'm at Sydney Motorsport Park today. It's the HSRCA Sydney Classic event over the 2 days, the 7th and 8th of June. And I'm with Rod Wallace, who's got a couple of hats today. First of all, he's a racer here. He's also very involved with the HSRCA as well. So first of all, Rod, can you tell me about the event today and your participation?
Okay, so this is a classic historic race meeting, all categories. There's about 190 entries today. The cars primarily are from 1983 or before that. Now there's probably some newer cars, including HQs, have come as a guest and MG Racing.
There is quite a wide range of cars here today, which I've noticed at many of your events. So I've described it as thriving, but others have said that it's been, it can be even better. How do you feel about historic racing here in Australia at the moment?
Oh, look, it's pretty strong. The main thing, Stephen, is the demographics, like the whole society. So the people who own the older cars, what we call Group L and before that, post-war, they're getting quite elderly now, maybe in their 80s. They sell the car or they're not happy to bring it out, which is understandable. So that's the main issue we face, is the ageing drivers.
And even then, you've got cars which are almost as old as some of the drivers here today. So like most clubs and associations, you're still trying to get that younger group together. And I do see quite a number of young folk here. So hopefully it will translate down into younger participation, because it's a great way to get into motorsport.
That's right, Stephen. So, an example is the HQ Racing, which are technically not historic, but they're Holden HQs from the 70s, and they're very strong, and they tend to have more middle-aged drivers as against elderly people. Yes.
And you've got a Formula Vee, is it here today?
Yes. Yeah, I have a Formula Vee now, fairly recent, only just got it. In V, they need to be completely historic. That is, you have to have the full racing history back to the beginning, and then you get what they call a COD, Certificate of Description. So I got this car in pieces about a year and a half ago, and we've been rebuilding it since then, and I've traced all the details back to the original owner and the original drivers. It was built originally in 1978, as are most of our cars.
Okay. And who actually built it originally?
So it's quite famous for the people that know motorsport. It's a Rennmax. It was built by Bob Britton. For those who don't know, in short, he was a famous race car builder in the 70s and 80s in Australia, and he built by hand, of his own design, a variety of race cars which were competitive with any car in the world. He was a very good race car builder.
And certainly for people outside of Australia, they probably would never have heard of a Rennmax at all, but some of them are absolutely beautiful, some of their sports races.
Yes, like there's a Formula Junior just went by that Noel Bryan drives, and it holds the track record now, even though it's a 1970s car. Yeah.
You said you've had it for a year or so. What were you campaigning before?
Before that, I had sedans, so I had a XU1 that we race in Group N. I had that for about 13 years, which came from Victoria, and before that I had a Commodore, 5-litre Commodore, that I raced in a number of categories.
So very different from what you're racing today.
Yeah. Look, Group N's fantastic, but it's pretty competitive, and it's moderately costly to keep up at the front end with tyres. Fuel's now expensive, and I'm getting older. I decided to downsize to a simpler car.
Well, let's talk quickly about the Historic Sports and Racing Car Association. How long has that been running?
Oh, maybe 50 years. And I'm actually what you know as the secretary. So some details, we have 550 members, so it's a good, strong club. Regular magazine that's very popular. Yeah, it's a good, strong, historic club. Not just for drivers, but for people that are genuinely interested in historic cars and racing. So a number of people have what people would know as classic or vintage cars that belong to the club as well.
So you do the HSV and the CSV registrations as well?
We've got 150, say, people with those plates as well, yes.
Excellent, and it certainly is a thriving club from what I see, because I know a lot of different members, both old and relatively new, and everybody is always talking about the enjoyment they get out of the club and the association and coming to events here at Eastern Creek and also down at Goulburn.
Yes, that's right. We promote 4 events per year, mostly around car racing, but there are many other things like track days, and there are visits to motor memorabilia places and things like that, and dinners and lunches, so it's a good active club.
Which is what you really need if you're trying to get the message out that this is a great form of motorsport and also as a social club.
Exactly, that's what it is, both motorsport and a way to meet your friends and talk about days gone by.
Well, thanks, Rod. It's good to catch up with you and to look at the car and to learn a bit more about the association as well, because, as I said, you've put on some amazing events with a lot of competitors, and it's always great to come out and see these cars on the track.
That's terrific. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Rod.